Talk Black. I'm Brittany Leaphart. As you can see from the name, this program will talk Black issues and stories that affect our community and culture. We're going to focus on national, international, sports, entertainment, social media, and politically charged stories. These are our stories being told by us, so you can trust that the information will enrich and empower your life. Think of this show as the antithesis to the slogan, All Lives Matter. It's not that all lives don't matter, because they do, but all lives don't need the focus right now. The Black ones need the spotlight, and Talk Black focuses on our lives. So let's begin, shall we? Another Black man. Another Black man. Another Black man. Another. Another Black man was shot this week by a police officer. This time he lived to tell about it, but the fact remains he was shot by a cop. The victim is Charles Kinsey, and he was shot by a North Miami police officer while lying on his back and holding his arms up in the air. Kinsey, who is a behavioral therapist at a group home, was trying to persuade officers not to harm his 23-year-old autistic patient. But instead of listening to his pleas for help, police turned their guns on him. Take a look at this clip.
Charles remembers the moments before he got shot.
I'm going to the ground just like this here with my hands up. And I'm laying down here just like this. And I'm telling him again, sir, it's no need for a firearm. I'm unarmed. He's an artistic guy. He had a toy truck in his hand.
He pleads with officers to back down and also tries to calm down his patient. This goes on for minutes, and then Charles says out of nowhere, a North Miami police officer shoots him.
I'm like this right here. And when he shot me, it was so surprising. It was like a mosquito bite. And when he hit me, I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I said, no, I just got shot. And I'm standing there, I'm like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know.
Judging from the footage of the incident, Mr. Kinsey literally did everything by the book, and yet he was still shot. Mere centimeters from this story having a very different and tragic end. And speaking of police on Black crime, there are new details in the death of Sandra Bland. According to the Houston Chronicle, the lawyer for Sandra Bland's mother said a former Waller County jail guard told him under oath that he falsified entries on a jail log, indicating he checked on Bland in the hour before she was found dead when he did not. Now, as you'll recall, Bland was found dead in her jail cell last July after she was pulled over for a minor traffic violation and subsequently arrested. Her death was officially ruled a suicide, but that has not stopped the questions surrounding the manner in which she died. Many people, including her family and loved ones, believe she did not kill herself, as she had no reason to. It is widely speculated that Sandra is yet another police victim. When will police on Black crime end? Well, many African Americans are fighting the racial injustices by protesting with the almighty dollar. Many are taking their money out of mainstream banks and putting it into one of the 21 Black-owned banks in the United States. Celebrities like Solange Knowles are using their social media platforms to help spread the word on this strategic move. And a large group of Houston rappers all opened up accounts at the only Black-owned bank in Texas. If those in power aren't moved by our marches, our voices, and protests, they will take notice when African Americans protest with their feet, voices, and wallets. For a complete list of Black-owned banks and to find the location nearest you, visit the website here. In political news, it's been 3 weeks and you were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about the Benjamins? You act like you ain't hear him, but gave him a little trim. All I know is when that hotline blings, that can only mean one thing. Clearly, you know those are not my words. They're Lauryn Hill's and Drake's, but I don't expect you to think they were. Especially when I know you know those are lyrics from two extremely popular and highly recognizable songs. So why then did Melania Trump and her speechwriting team think no one would notice she plagiarized the words of an extremely popular speech made by First Lady Michelle Obama? Melania spoke on the first day of the Republican National Convention, and she gave a very compelling speech. And do you know why it was a compelling speech? Because it contained a paragraph that was nearly identical to a paragraph of Michelle Obama's compelling 2008 Democratic National Convention speech. When asked about the speech, Melania said she wrote it herself with very little assistance. I guess that could be considered true if you don't count the assistance of speechwriters in the very words of the First Lady. Meanwhile, Michelle has remained ever so graceful and has not publicly spoken on the matter, probably because she was too busy jamming out with James Corden and Missy Elliott. Take a look.
That biggie bounce. I know you didn't know way I switch my style. Hello! People sing around. Now people gather round. Now people jump around. Go get your freak on. 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 Get your freak on. Quiet.
The First Lady appeared on The Late Late Show with James Corden during the carpool karaoke segment of the show and performed songs by Stevie Wonder, Beyonce, and Missy Elliott. Mrs. Obama also used the segment to highlight a serious matter, the importance of educating girls around the world. She told the show's host that she launched a Snapchat account to document her recent trip to Liberia, Morocco, and Spain. The goal of that trip was to showcase her Let Girls Learn initiative, which she launched last year.
So much could be corrected in the world if girls were educated and had power over their lives.
Yeah.
My message to kids here is don't take your education for granted, because there are girls around the world who would die to get the education that we had. They would do anything. They would move mountains to make it happen. So I want our girls and our boys here to be aware of it. So I want them to come along on this trip with me. And Snapchat was a good way to kind of hook them in.
And in other news, Jill Scott married longtime beau Mike Dobson. Yes, I know this happened last month, but this show wasn't around when the news first broke, so I just wanted to make sure you knew. The songstress married her new husband in a private ceremony with close family and friends and was surprise serenaded by Big Daddy Kane at the reception. And singer Ciara and Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson tied the knot this month at Peckforton Castle in Cheshire, UK, in front of 100 guests. Russell and Ciara's relationship gained much attention after they publicly stated they were waiting until marriage to have sex. Jill and Ciara give single women all over the world hope and reinforce the belief that no matter how many frogs you've kissed, you can still find your prince and live happily ever after. And as usual, social media was full of laughs this week, large in part to the viral sensation that is The Christie Show, aka Christiane Porter. She's a comedian based out of Atlanta, and she's gone viral with her Miss Shirley videos. Porter plays the character Miss Shirley, an older woman who keeps it 100% real about the world around her. For example, the fad that is waist training.
Understand these waist trainers is killing y'all. My niece just fell out down here at the Red Lobster on Keller Road. She wearing a waist trainer in 130-degree weather, having a happy hour at the Red Lobster. These waist trainers, you don't realize, take 30% of the oxygen to your brain. Y'all want to make it out here through the summer. Stop killing yourselves. Stop training your waist. You calling up the main line with that kind of foolishness. You're living reckless out here. And on top of that, you ain't wearing no deodorant. That ain't the work of the Lord.
Check out Christiane's Facebook and Instagram at The Christie Show for laughs upon laughs. Well, that's all for this week's edition of Talk Black. You can catch us here every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And remember, there's strength in numbers, and even greater strength when those numbers come together to enact the change we wish to see. Until next week, I'm Brittany Leaphart. Thanks for watching.